Hey, what's up? I know I look like freaking shit, but oh well. Anyways, I was watching some videos about, I hate that I have to do this. Like, I'm freaking looking to the side because if I just stare at the phone, I'm standing, pretty much standing slash kind of sitting right now. So I have to do this for balance, but I was watching some videos about anxiety and panic attacks and like what the difference is and like, didn't go to work today because I just couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't freaking deal with like, the feeling like I'm falling, the balance, it's putting so much freaking stress, dude, on my body and like, like I haven't got anything done. I haven't got things like unpacked and stuff and like really haven't done anything since I've been here other than maybe put like a couple things away and sweep a little bit and like, but I've really not done very much at all. And like, a lot of it's like the balance because like I just don't feel comfortable. And then like, what was I gonna say? Oh, well, when I get out of work, like my feet hurt so much. Sometimes they like hurt. Sometimes they don't hurt, but they're starting to get like swollen now. And then I sit down, and immediately when I sit down, like then it's like and that's when they really hurt because then that's when my body like it starts to like set in because I sit down, right? Same thing like when we would go to like Disneyland or the zoo and stuff like that, and then I'd sit down and be like, oh man, I'm like so tired. But like it's a whole different thing. Like I'd walk hours at the zoo, right? But like it's so much different having like standing at a desk, standing still. And Friday was so bad. Like what I've been doing a lot is like I'll lean on one foot for a while and then I lean over the other foot, or sometimes I'm going back and forth on one foot to foot while I'm on a call, and then it's hard because then I have to like kind of like balance myself one way when I have to type something. Thankfully I don't have to type for every call, but like if I'm like looking up something, but like I couldn't do that at all Friday. Like I could not, at least in the beginning of the day, I couldn't balance on either foot because it just felt like I was falling. So I had to stand on both feet all day and like just kind of spread a little bit. So like, because if I stand just like like straight, I like, so my legs are more like that, if that makes sense. And like 20 minutes in, I was like, I can't do this, I can't fucking do this. And I just don't know what to do, dude. I haven't sat at work in so long because the last times that I sat, it was just, I just remember looking at the screen and just barely looking over. It's not like I'm moving my head like I'll try to do right now. It's not like I'm like doing this, like, no, I'm like slightly moving my head just like this to look at something and feel like I'm getting dizzy, or like I'm reading something on the screen and like if I have to keep my screens higher, if I'm looking down at the screen, then that feels like I'm going downwards. Like, but this video that I was just watching and like people's comments and stuff like talks about like some people, like when they have panic attacks, that they I feel like I want to cry, dude. Like again, I was just crying. But when they have panic attacks, they feel like they're falling, like, and like a lot of the symptoms that this doctor was saying is like, you get hot, sweaty, heart palpitations, and then like your body is like a lot of the, I think how she was saying it in comments, are people like, oh, you feel like your body's starting to shut down, you start getting hypersensitive of what's happening, and because you're getting hypersensitive, that adds to your anxiety. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's like 1,000% because especially when you're freaking sitting there trying to do your job and working, and you got like freaking, what was it, Thursday was pretty bad because customer service is an extremely fucking difficult job. Like, people do not get paid enough to do customer service, and people are fucking assholes. They really are. And you know what? Like, the few people that I've gotten, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as some other places, but like, you know, I leave work and I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, why are you okay cussing out a freaking stranger that is just freaking doing their job? You called me for help, and you're gonna, like, one lady came on right before I answered, she's like, these fucking da-da-da. And I'm like, great, this is gonna be a phone call. And she was so, I don't use this word very often, but she was so nasty. Like, just disgusting person. She was about like 52 years old or something. And just the way she talked, like in such a belittling way, like, who the hell are you, lady? Like, I'm just here doing my job, you know what I mean? Like, and you know, this other guy, like, he kept saying, well, my deposits, my Zelle, or I forgot what it was, it's not there. And I'm like, okay, we'll have it researched on the other end. And he's like, okay. And when they say it's not that, like, so I finally, you know, in the nice professional way that we're supposed to, I'm like, I understand that you're not confident in what I'm saying, sir. However, I do deal with this all day long, you know, I have, and he's like, don't tell me how I feel, da, 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 da. So once they get to like kind of like that, I just like, okay, I just shut down. Like, all right, I'm just not gonna say anything, because I am doing my job and you're just, no, they're just gonna shut down. And so he kept saying, okay, so when I call them and I call right back in a minute, then what? So basically what he was trying to say is that he didn't believe me and that I was wrong. That's why I tried to say, I'm sorry that you're not confident what I'm saying, but it is correct. Okay, you know what? Then just hang up on me and call back. You don't believe me? Hang up and call back. Like, you know, and I eventually say, well, you can just call back then, sir. But I think those two people were in the same morning, and even if I didn't really feel it at that moment, like, I may not have felt the effects right away, because the lady afterwards, I'm just like, God, what a fucking bitch. And then the dude, after that, I just think I don't remember, but I think those things started adding up internally, and then they kind of just released themselves later, because it was so busy and it was like back to back to back. And like, you know, it's like the job is, I don't want to say it's hard, because like most of the stuff is easy. I still don't understand a lot about transfers and stuff like that, but like most of the stuff is easy, don't get me wrong. Like I said before, it's like easy, but talking to people all day long, especially when you're an introvert like me, like, you know what I mean, that's a lot. That sucks up all my energy. And having to like do it over and over and over and over again with no breaks, no time to breathe, that's like, you know, that's a lot as well. And like, you know, just talking to making this video is just like, this is the stuff that I'm missing out on. I mean, I'm literally just talking to myself. I don't know if I'll put this on YouTube because I look like crap right now, and I'm gonna have to break it down into like a bunch of videos because of the time limits on YouTube, and I don't know how to load a long video. But like, this is what I'm missing out in my life. Like, this is part of the reason I'm like in such a hard position, because I no longer have someone to talk to at home, and I need somebody to talk to at home. And you know, like, even just to get this little, yeah, you know, this person was an asshole and this and this and da-da-da. I used to talk to my son about this stuff, and like, then I'd feel better, you know. And it's not like he often was like, oh, well, mom, do this, do that, because, you know, he's a teenager. It's not like he really, sometimes he would give feedback, but like, it's just the being able to get it out and like voice it out, because you have to hold all that stuff in all day. And like, it's hard at work because I can't really talk to people. Like, I only really talk to like one dude once in a while on breaks, but because of my balance, like, when I go to break, I'm just like, I go straight to the bathroom or I go straight and sit down, because like, you know, the turning, like, I can't stop. Like, there's just so much I can't do. And someone was talking to me the other day, and I was sitting in the chair and kind of eating something, and I looked up a few times. I was like, yeah, I was like, whatever she was saying, and then it got like kind of, yeah, I felt like, I think like toward the end when she was like walking away, that I was like, oh, like too much of like, I was kind of seated like one way and looking this way, and but anyways, what I'm trying to say is like, having to keep all these feelings and these emotions and these worries and these problems and everything inside is like, it's not good. And I'm not a doctor, obviously. I'm not. I do understand a lot, I do research a lot, and I read a lot and watch videos, but like I wouldn't doubt if the first few months that my son was gone, because I know how horrible those months were, how they were horrible. They were absolutely misery. Like, I just went to work, I came home, I think I cried, I want to say almost every day I think I cried. I slept in the living room because I don't know, I felt safer sleeping in the living room than sleeping in the room. And every day I would come home and check his room to see if he'd been there. Just every day I came home and like hoping that he was there, or they, and like I went through a lot those first few months, and I didn't really know how to like live or continue, like without him, because it still is, but like he was such a big part of me and my identity, right? And like, just to like wake up one day and be like, all right, well, that's over. What? You know what I mean? And I'm sure people are the same way with like, if you're married, probably feels the same way, and you get divorced or separated, or they die or something, like I'm sure it probably feels similar. Or if your kid dies or something, it's like a big part of me, mentally, physically, seeing him daily, like, in my heart and all of that. But I wish there was a way to load this as one video. But anyways, and him, he doesn't, I don't know what he thinks. I don't know much about what he's doing or not doing or whatever, because he doesn't really contact me. But he never had to go through that, because he left and he moved in with his friend, so he had his friend to talk to. He had his friend's mom to talk to, and his friend's mom is like obsessed with him. And I don't know about the dad, but probably talked to the dad too. And like, so no matter what, he had people to talk to, you know what I mean? Then he had a girlfriend, I guess, so like he always had people to talk to. And like, I mentioned it the other day, like, like I don't reach out because I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do or say or not say. Like, what do I want to say is come home. Can you please come home so that I'm not by myself? Because I really need the support, even if it's just someone to talk to on a daily, or whatever. I don't know what more needs to happen for him to care, or he just doesn't care and just is like, well, and that, that really sucks. That really sucks. I don't even think I'm making sense anymore in this video, because I'm all over the place, because I haven't I haven't talked in like 2 days now, basically. And I guess my aunt says I should start writing, and I always liked writing, but I can't really write much because that requires looking downwards, and I can't do too much of that without feeling off balance. So I don't know. I don't really know what to do, but I'm sure whatever I'm doing is probably wrong, because no matter what, I don't contact him. He's probably like, well, I guess my mom doesn't want to be close to me anymore. Or I do contact him, and then it's like, oh my god, like, you're too much, you're overbearing, overwhelming, and like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I only know what I know. I only can love you the way I love you. Like, and my love is wanting to spend time with you and see you and be with you and talk to you. That is my love. That's how I show love. I mean, I don't know what you want me to be, because it's like, I don't know, dude. You know, it's like I feel like I don't want to say I feel like I did everything wrong, but like, you know, you grow up, and my parents were very overprotective. My parents didn't let me do anything, or my parents would only let me do things with guys, which really didn't make sense, but they didn't want me going out with my girlfriends. I gave my son more freedom. As long as he let me know ahead of time, I knew who it was, and not really girls. Well, like, not going to girls' houses, but like, I let him hang out with girls. He went places, he had girlfriends, like, you know, like, so he had a lot more freedom than I had. But at the same time, the way I grew up was, you know, me and my dad were very close, and my dad was very not involved with me, yes, but at the same time he didn't go to anything. But I don't know. Basically, I'm gonna end this video because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to post it, or if I will want to post it. But like, what I've learned is like the panic and the anxiety, and like, I think I'm pretty confident that I have anxiety, but like the panic, I didn't used to have panic, but like now there's so many reasons to have panic disorder or panic attacks, because like, I mean, how would you feel if you were like, felt like you're falling? You know what I mean? Immediately, like, I feel like I'm falling, and then I picture, I literally like, I know it sounds crazy, but like, and I keep telling everyone, I know this sounds crazy, because I feel so like embarrassed and like ashamed, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like the other day someone came to help me at my desk, and I had to like, he came, I kind of like looked one way, right? And he came and stood on this side of me instead of this side, and so I kind of like moved, and like just moving my neck a little, like, so I had to say to him, can you stand on this side? And then of course I had to say it was because I'm having balance issues, blah blah blah. I know I'm standing, which is weird and probably doesn't make sense. Anyways, but Thursday, yeah, I felt like I was gonna like fall backwards, and it's more of it's like this feeling that comes over you, and I don't know how to explain it, and anyone that hasn't dealt with it is not gonna understand, like, they really aren't. And like, but just, I felt like I was gonna fall backwards, and like, it was so big that I was like, what the hell? Like, afterwards, like, the residual feeling how I felt afterwards lasted for quite a bit, and I was like, yeah. And that feeling is like, it's just such an uncomfortable feeling, dude. I don't even, and that's why I didn't go to work today, and like, I just couldn't. I was like, I just can't, dude. I can't deal with this, like, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, because like, I have to work, but at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm all over the place again. But what I was trying to say earlier is that my body is so tired. Like, you would think I'm freaking doing a much harder job. Like, my shoulders hurt, and sometimes one hand's numb, the other hand, fingers are numb, feet hurt, feet are swollen, and all that because of how I have to stand and balance myself throughout the day just to get through the damn day. And it's a lot of strain, and I come home and I just sit and I'm like, I'm not doing shit. I watch TV, I get up maybe 3 times, maybe. so I don't get anything done. And like, yeah, it really sucks because there's a lot of boxes, things I need to go through or want to go through, or even if I want to like look and see what's in a box or put things away, it's just like, yeah. Anyways, so, but a little bit I was reading and learning about the anxiety and stuff, or when you start panicking like that, I definitely think it is a panic attack, because it said that like one thing is you get this feeling of like disconnectedness or something, like, and I'm like, oh my god, that is what I felt so much on Thursday. I felt disconnected. I felt like I wasn't making sense, even though I knew I was making sense, but it was like talking in a different way. Like talking in a different way because my brain or whatever was in that anxiety panic mode. So when that happens, it's like, instead of saying like, I don't know, yeah, we're going to replace the card when we blah blah blah, I'm like, and yeah, and then that's gonna be done, okay? It's like my brain like tries to like rush through something, or for some reason say it in a different way that I don't normally say, to like hurry up and get through it. And then I start thinking I'm not making any sense, because I know I don't normally say it in that order or that way. And you know, and then I felt like I was disconnected from myself, like I don't know how to explain it. I forgot what the words that they used in the video, but that definitely is how I felt. The hyper awareness, because once you start feeling a certain way, then you're more hyper aware of your feelings, or then you start thinking, oh, I'm gonna fall down, I'm gonna fall over, they're gonna see me, what's gonna happen, they're gonna call the ambulance, like all that starts going through your fucking head when you're trying to do your job. And like, you know, it's so much on your mental state, dude. Like, it is so freaking much. Like, I should not have to be keeping that stuff inside. I should be like coming home and be able to like release that, like, hey, it was like this today, blah blah blah, but also release it in a way and speak to someone that is gonna like be supportive and understanding, and not like my aunt, for example. Oh, you're just having anxiety, okay, like, yeah, I get it, I know I have anxiety, but anxiety is not gonna give me that sensation that my balance is off. Anxiety doesn't do that, you know what I mean? Like, see how I'm like now 23 minutes in, I'm able to kind of look one way, I'm looking another way, I'm looking here and there, I'm good. I'm staring more at the phone. When I first came out, I had to be very careful. I was like looking here, look here, like that. That's not anxiety. My anxiety can't make my vision different. Like, you know what I mean? So it's frustrating because I just want to be like, I know she didn't believe me in the beginning, and it's not until, honestly, I think like a month ago or something, right before I came here, and she saw me how I was standing at the front desk when I was having to like pay the rent or something, or sign the papers, and I'm standing all freaking weird because there's like a desk at like chest level, and I can't just go up and stand at it. Like, I have to like lean and stuff, all weird, and like it's nobody would stand basically the way I was standing. Like, and when I came back, I'm like, did you see how I was standing? And she's like, yeah. So it really wasn't until recently, just based on certain things, like, she hasn't come out and said, oh, I thought you were lying, or I thought you were making it up. No, but that she started to I think believe me more, which is just infuriating, because it's like, why would I make this up? Why would I want to give up my apartment, my freaking cat, you know, of all the fucking things? Like, yeah, I miss the apartment having more space. Now I have less space, but you know, and the things I lost that I wasn't able to bring with me or save. But after all of that, the most important thing was the cat. Like, because the cat's irreplaceable. And I think of, like, having the cat 8 years and, like, why? Like, why do you think I would just be like, yep, I'm just gonna stop working, stop paying bills? No. Like, anyways, I'm gonna end this here because I'm probably not even gonna be able to post it, but alright, bye.